Well, when you think about Quad City craft beer institutions, you think about Front Street Brewery. It's been one of the first and longest running craft breweries, but it is under new ownership and new management. And here to talk with us about that is my guy, Tim Baldwin. Tim, what have you gotten yourself into here?
Not sure yet, Dave.
Right?
But been big things happening.
I have to imagine you were a fan of the beer before you decided to go in and make a purchase like all of this stuff.
I'm a fan of the beer business, though.
Right. I mean, you could just buy a six-pack or just eat out at the restaurant once a week if you really like the beer, but you got the whole shebang.
Yeah, sure.
So the beer business, what excited you about the beer business?
The opportunity with Front Street was really the distribution model. You know, Steve Zeideman did a fantastic job building a fantastic brand, a Quad City icon, but he just wasn't interested in the distribution business. And Front Street was really missing the boat. Steve was ready to retire, and myself and my partners were interested in the opportunities with the distribution side.
So it sounds like a win-win situation. He gets to walk away and have a great retirement, and you get to take an established brand that you know makes delicious beer and move it to the next level.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that. What are the plans? What's new? What's changed since you and the boys took over in April of this year?
April of this year, yeah.
What's new?
Well, so the first thing we did was upgrade the brewery. As you probably know, the Crawford brew house we have here is the prototype for all the Crawford systems that are being produced today, designed by Steve.
Right.
So this is kind of the granddaddy. It had some granddaddiness to it that needed to be upgraded, which we did. Gave us the ability to do more brews more often. And then, of course, we doubled our fermentation capacity. We went from 75 barrels of fermentation to 150 barrels.
One of the challenges with Front Street has always been space. Originally at the restaurant, they only had a tight space in the basement to do stuff, where Steve basically was an underground cave dweller person for all of that time. And then you got the tap room so that you had a little bit more space, but I understand the plan is to expand even where we're at to make this more of a space for you to make and brew beer.
Yeah, so one of the downsides with the tap room here at the brewery has been our limited seating. And of course, it's fantastic in the summertime because we have all the outdoor seating on the boardwalk with the riverfront. But in the wintertime, it's a little too cold to sit outside and drink beer. So we've just acquired the neighboring space. It'll give us another 1,600 square feet that we can increase our seating capacity.
Wow.
Add some TVs, do some sporting events, live entertainment, all those types of things in the wintertime that we've missed out on in the past, or that Steve missed out on in the past.
So the expansion isn't for bigger tanks. The expansion is for more people to come and hang out and enjoy your beer.
Certainly for more people to come hang out and enjoy the beer, but also gives us the opportunity to add more tanks in the future because we do have the capacity to brew more beer. We tried to largely keep things the same at the restaurants. So Front Street Brew Pub, oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa, second oldest brewery in the state of Iowa, Quad City icon. We didn't want to upset the apple cart.
Right.
So you walk into the Front Street Brewery today, the restaurant, everything looks the same. Food's fantastic, service is fantastic, but again, limited on space.
Right.
So we've recently finished out the space at the building next door to Front Street.
Oh, wow.
And created about 3,500 square feet of banquet space.
Wow.
And over the winter, we intend to connect the two buildings to create additional restaurant seating, but also to be able to push the larger banquet seating as well.
At the rate these guys are going, since April, all that you've acquired, by the time this airs, you'll probably be living in Front Street Brewery, the way they're expanding in the Quad Cities. Is that the plan, that you're just going to take over the entire town?
That'd be fantastic.
Everyone, please, report to work. We all work for Front Street now. That would be a best case scenario. The beers that you fell in love with when you were a consumer and had no idea that at some point you would be the person who owned or was a part owner of Front Street Brewery. What are your favorite beers here?
Of course, Raging River's on the top of the list.
Sure.
But my new favorite is our Hefeweizen and our variety of fruited Hefeweizens or flavored Hefeweizens. They've been a big hit. One of our top sellers today is our Cherry Bomb Blonde, which is our cherry ale. So the whole lineup's fantastic.
So now the plan is to distribute beyond the walls of the buildings that you own.
Yeah, of course.
So let's talk about that. When can I go to my local grocery store and find Front Street in beer cans or bottles? Is that something you guys are working on?
Sure. Today our focus is on on-premise distribution,
okay.
Keg beer, and you'll find us in many bars in the Iowa Quad Cities, Cedar Rapids, moving into Iowa City, and focus on the Iowa side of the river today.
Okay.
However, our distribution alliances are teed up in the Illinois side, and we're ready to begin distribution on the Illinois side as well. Canning will come later. We are looking into canning now, and probably after the first of the year, you'll start seeing Front Street cans on the shelves.
Is that something you'll do here, or you're going to have to acquire more space?
No, we'll do it here. We'll
Okay.
start off using a mobile canner.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. So Oktoberfest just came and went. We came and had a blast when we were here for that. That was one of your big ideas. You wanted to have a big Oktoberfest celebration.
Yeah, we want to become the Oktoberfest in the Quad Cities. This is our first year. Satisfied with the first year attendance. Weather was a little sketchy. We had some great live entertainment. And of course, we had our great beers, both of which, the Marzen and the Oktoberfest beer, we brewed specifically for that event. And both beers were a fantastic hit.
And you're within a beer can's throw away from the German Museum and Center, right? I mean,
Absolutely,
this
yeah,
is where this makes the most sense that you would do a big Oktoberfest.
The
here.
German American Heritage Center worked with us in the setup of the event. We hope to get them more involved in subsequent years and get more participation, since large part Davenport was founded by a big German population.
Right on, right on. Well, Tim, I love what you've done to the place. I'm excited about the changes that are about to happen. But I think you guys have the right attitude. You're not going to monkey with something that ain't broke.
That's right.
I mean, everything that you love about Front Street, none of that is changing.
That's right.
But the stuff that you would like to see improved, they're working on it. Safe to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tim, thanks for the time, man. Keep up the good work. It's Tim Baldwin, one of the owners here at Front Street Brewery. Well, we've talked about Front Street beers, but we haven't tasted them yet, and I'm here to do that hard work for you, dear viewers. This is Nate Sabatka. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Close enough?
Close enough.
All right, it's Nate, everybody. And Nate is here to talk to us about the Oktoberfest and the Marzen. And if you're confused like I am, because again, those terms kind of get thrown around as one and the same, there's a difference here between the Oktoberfest and the Marzen.
Yep. I mean, you can tell the difference based just solely on the color as well. The Oktoberfest is actually a collaboration brew between the Mugs Club, which is a local homebrew club in the area.
They come in and they wanted to do an Oktoberfest, or you wanted to do an Oktoberfest. Whose idea was this?
It was more of kind of people getting together out of the brewery and everything and talking. I've known a couple of the guys for a while, same with the other owners, and they approached them and said, hey, let's do something together. We got this Oktoberfest coming up, and they jumped right on it. It was a kind of a mix of, they kind of designed the recipe a little bit, and then we tweaked it.
So the difference in color, that's obvious. It should be apparent to you watching this at home. But as far as flavor and mouthfeel, give me the skinny on what I'm about to experience here.
What I get is more of a malty flavor for this. It's a little bit more clean than the Marzen. They both kind of have a little bit of spicy notes. They're similar in a lot of ways. Obviously, German malts, German hops. The yeast are a little bit different. You can tell this is a little bit more hazy, I think, just because some of the ingredients in the malt bill. But yeah, I mean, they're really great beers.
Enough of the yapping. How about a little drinking?
You picked the first one, man.
All right, so this is the Marzen.
Yep.
All right.
Cheers.
Prost. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, so that's delicious. And again, you made this has a little bit more spice going on, or a little bit more?
A little bit. Obviously, a lot of the flavors is basically focused on malts too, but
after the cameras are done, I'm going to have another one of these in a much taller glass. So I'd say stay tuned for that, but that's going to happen after the credits roll. Now we got the Oktoberfest. This is the collaboration with the Mugs people.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that is smooth.
A little bit more caramel, toffee, a little bit of biscuity flavor in there.
I'm glad you're not asking me which one is my favorite. But go ahead and ask me which one is my favorite, Nate.
Which one is your favorite?
Both of them. No, these are, wow. Yeah, have these Mugs guys in a lot more often. That's what I have to say. This is, The atmosphere that you guys have for the big Oktoberfest party is huge, but without the right beer to go along with it, you're just throwing a party with, guys wearing short pants and big socks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So the fact that you're able to get both of those things 100% correct means Oktoberfest is a party that you will not want to miss. Well, they had 2 sips. You won't want to miss in 2017 and beyond. Nate, thanks for the samples.
Hey,
thanks
thank
for
you for
beer,
having
and
us.
keep up the good work. And
You got to finish them.
yeah, no, I'd more.
Next on Brewed, amazing aromas. The hard work and heavy machine that makes for one sweet smelling harvest time.